Hey y'all, it's Sherry. I'm back with another update. Um, we're in June. As you can hear, the cicadas are all wound up and raring to go. I swear that sound just makes it feel hotter. Today we have a temperature of 94 with a feels like of 104. So it's hot. It's hot, it's miserable. It's getting to be the time of year when it is actually dangerous to work too much outside at a time. But we did manage to get quite a bit done. Obviously last week I couldn't go on a tour and show you what we've done because of the rain and the storms. But it's nice and hot and sunny today. So let's do this. Okay, here we are. Yeah, it's hot. We'll start here. There's Artemis, always. I've got a parsley plant going to seed. I've gone ahead and bagged up the seed heads to collect seeds for next year. I'll plant those in the fall. All of my exotics are loving the heat, so I mean that's a plus. That's nice. I have got the white sage planted in the barrel now. I've gotten the basil planted in the barrel now. I need to water. We watered last night, but it is so hot. But you can see we're getting little cucumbers all along. So that's nice. We're looking forward to those. We love agua fresca, so that's awesome. I have bagged up all of the dill seed heads so far, so I'll be collecting seed from those. As you can see, they're already drying, so I'll be able to collect plenty of dill seed to use in cooking. Our honey melons are sprouting and doing fine in the heat. This is coming out of the box this week. They're just done. I mean, there are a few edible leaves in here, and I'm gonna just cook those up. The ahi mango peppers are doing awesome, so that's good. But yeah, that's what's going on in the front garden. Out here, you can see we have started clearing out this long, thin flower bed. We've gotten a lot pulled out of it, but not all of it yet. Water bottle, gotta stay hydrated. But anyway, we've started on that. As you can see, all of the seedlings have been planted. The only things we have left, well, I've up-potted the mimosa, and I've got 2 new mimosas sprouting over there. These are all exotics that I planted last week, like a canistel, which is the egg fruit. Those are the Pride of Barbados that I planted last week. Up here, as you can see, excitement. Our lychees are beginning to sprout. I've got 3 so far. Nothing yet from the purple mangosteen or the cacao or the passion fruit. But yeah, very excited about the lychees. That's awesome. Out in the outside garden, in the back, well, first, our golden berries. They are huge and getting flower buds. So that's cool. we should be getting some golden berries. Here, this bed, we have also begun clearing out, and so have the chickens. They've been taking dirt baths over there. Here, the corn, as you can see, is loving the heat. It's taking off. We've pulled up most of the squash plants. These are still producing. And they're still producing edible squash, so we'll keep those. Our pigeon peas are getting bigger. Our watermelon plants are happy. These monsters have climbed and they're blooming. Although they're male flowers at this point, no females yet. Our Armenian cucumbers are just loving the heat. They're doing very well. They've climbed and they're blooming and just happy as can be. Our Noir de Carme melons are blooming and happy as can be. Our peppers back here, they're getting nice and big, and a few of them already have flowers. Our little volunteer melon in here in the compost bin is blooming, so we'll be able to figure out what he is. Amazingly, we are still getting bush beans, but I think they're about done now. I think the heat has just finally gotten too much for them, so probably this week we'll pick the last of them and pull these up and plant something else. The tomatillas are still loaded. We've gotten about 15 jars of salsa verde now with the tomatillas we've been picking, but they are still loaded. Over here, we've gotten the tomatoes caged off, so hopefully this will be enough to keep the squirrels away from them. And my husband made the poles large enough that if necessary to protect against birds, we can put a net over the top if we need to. As you can see, lots of green tomatoes. Whew. We've got some red ones going, so that's awesome. And we did it on both, so that's cool. My yarrow is growing. It likes the heat so far. I don't know how anyone could like this heat, but okay. The catnip is growing, so all 3 cats will be thrilled. Our little Korean melons are sprouting. We've got lots of sprouts from those. Something is building a condo. I think it's toads or crawfish. It's one or the other. Our peppers here are doing well. Some of them didn't live, but we went to a plant nursery yesterday and they had peppers for $2 because they're, getting late in the season. So we went ahead and supplemented the ones that we grew from seed with those. Why not for $2? But our chiltepin is producing. He's bushed out and happy. So yeah, everything is going well back here in the garden. We managed to get quite a bit done. Over here on the side, our edamame, they are not liking the heat at all. I don't even know if we're going to be able to make those produce seeds for next year. The potatoes are doing well though. Our cherry tomatoes are definitely feeling the heat, as are we all. Our pink Thai eggs are loaded. They're not ripe yet, but they're getting there. So yeah, that's nice. Over here, our scuppernong is loaded. It's loaded, which is good. And the birds don't seem to be bothering it this year, so we're hoping we'll actually get some of them. We've been clearing out this bed too. As you can see, still got a lot to do. The problem is this tree is so old. All of this is not soil, it is roots, tree roots. So it's hard to really pull things out of there because they get tangled in the roots. Our muscadines. Now I came out here and picked a bunch of ripe ones. There are still more. I may pick those as well, as you can see on the other side of the fence. I don't know if there's enough to make another batch of jelly. I did get 7 jars, and it is so good. I've been having it on my toast every morning. This is still a mess. So anyway, there's the update for this week. As I said, it's June. It's miserably hot, and it's really too hot to safely be working outside in the afternoon. So what we've been accomplishing has been basically early morning, late evening. The only problem is during late evening, that's also when the mosquitoes are out. Yay! The infected one I had is finally clearing up and going away. But I really don't want to repeat that performance or experience. It's even too hot for Artemis to want to stay out. She goes outside in early morning and watches all the people go by in the morning. And then once it starts heating up at about 10, she comes back inside, and she only comes back outside when Mama's with her. So she comes with me to water everything, because we're having to water it twice a day, morning and evening, because it's so hot. You would think with all the humidity, things would not dry out so fast, but unfortunately with the sun, and this is when you can really feel the tropical part of the subtropic in our zone. The heat just cooks everything. The soil is actually hot to the touch, and you know, it's rough. It's rough, and even the humidity can't keep things moist with the sun burning everything off. So we're having to water twice a day to keep everything going, producing. But we've had a few of the tomatoes crack because wet, dry, wet. So yeah, that's a thing. But Artemis comes outside with me. Oh, yes, I didn't show you. So, we have discovered on our front porch, we have a cardinal's nest. You see? And in this cardinal's nest, we have a baby and some eggs. So that's exciting. So we have a baby and more babies to come. No, we noticed it a couple weeks ago. My husband noticed that there was a nest in there. Well, last week while I was inside during one of the rainstorms, I was in the living room looking out the window, and I figured I saw the cardinal. So later on, when I came out to get the mail, I checked, And there's a little tiny baby in there. So we have a baby. So we've been keeping an eye on that to make sure nothing bothers it. And Mama, she comes and goes. So that's exciting. We're always up for babies. We're used to seeing the hawks next door in the tall pine trees. We're used to seeing their babies. When Mama is teaching them how to fly, they usually end up in our yard. And Artemis is used to the chickens, so she really doesn't bother birds. Birds don't bother her. She's not a bird dog. She's used to Mama telling her no to the birds. So we don't have to really worry about her when mama birds are teaching their babies how to fly. So that's good. She's a good girl. But anyway, I thought I would share that with you. We do have a little baby, and everybody loves babies. Babies are exciting. But anyway, that's the update for this week. Artemis is ready to go inside because it's hot. It's hot and it's unpleasant. And Mama agrees. But anyway, that's our update for this week. And I hope everyone is enjoying their summer vacation. It's hot. You know, as children, you don't really feel the heat. But the older you get, the more it just kicks your ass. It really does. But anyway, that's our update. Artemis, I, and the baby all say we hope you're enjoying your summer vacation, whatever you're doing. Hopefully you're not sweating as much as we are. But anyway, have a great week. I will see you next week with a new update, and bye.